Scottie Barnes. The most underrated player in the entire NBA is Scottie Barnes. Now, you might be thinking, Scottie Barnes, isn't he a horrible player? Well, he was last season. And as we all know, the NBA media likes to over-exaggerate things when people do it badly and under-exaggerate when they do it very, very well. Scottie Barnes has a case for the most improved player of the year. He's averaging a near triple-double, and in today's video, I'm going to break down how he's done all this and why he's the most underrated player in the NBA. Let's hop into it with some good old-fashioned numbers. So Scottie Barnes is currently averaging 35 minutes per game on 20 points, 6 assists, and 9.4 rebounds, along with a steal and a half and a block and a half per game. These are absolutely insane numbers from someone who barely averaged even 20 points last season. I mean, last season, he was pretty bad. He averaged 15, 6, and 5 on horrible shooting, especially from the three-point line. He shot 28%. This season, that is up to 38%. And he's only playing 0.2 more minutes per night. He's taken an absolute leap in his entire game. Usage rate is also 24.4%. His box plus minus is 6.5, which is very good. His player efficiency rate is 21.8, and his VORP, which is some advanced stat that basically the higher the better, is 2.2. Up there with the league's top stars, such as Nikola Jokic, who has 3. Now, I think there's a big case for him winning Rookie of the Year. He's added 5.5 points per game since last season, 1.1 assists per game, 2.8 rebounds, half a steal, and half a block since last season. And, of course, 10% extra on his three-point shot. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, what about Tyrese Maxey? What about Şengün? What about Kobe White? Now, all of these players are great, but I think that people as fans are putting too much weight on this season individually compared to last season compared to this season, because Scottie Barnes is a lot better. He's shooting the ball 3.3% more efficiently, and his true shooting percentage is up 6.3%, which out of those most improved player candidates is the only one in the positives. His advanced stat differences from last season, he's up 4% in usage rating, up 5.1 in box plus minus, 6.3 in player efficiency, and +1 in VORP, just showing how good he's been this season, how dominant, how consistent, and how reliable he has been to the Raptors. The Raptors right now are by no means a good team. In fact, I would argue that they are a very, very bad team. The trades that they made to get RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley, sure, it might look good, but they're getting rid of Pascal Siakam, and obviously it's not working. The only thing that's saving them right now is Scottie Barnes being a young stud. There is an argument to be made that he is better than Paolo Banchero right now. And I would actually say that he is better than Paolo, because even though he's not contributing to winning necessarily, he is playing so good, and in a different situation with less players who are just like him. I mean, RJ Barrett is literally a copy of the guy, but a bit worse. He would be such a good player. Scottie Barnes has also proved that he can be versatile on the floor, because with the new acquisition of RJ Barrett, he's had to move from power forward to point guard. And as the starting point guard 12 nights ago, he dropped 20, 12, and 8 with 4 threes, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, which is really good numbers for someone who has never played the point before. He is always really close to getting a triple-double, and he would be a walking triple-double if his teammates actually hit shots. The biggest thing about Scottie Barnes is that he doesn't turn the ball over at all, which is when I say at all, I don't mean at all, but he's only averaging 1.7 turnovers per game and 2 a game when he's playing the point guard. Now, turnovers are the things that point guards struggle with the most out of any aspect of basketball, maybe aside from playing defense. Scottie Barnes has defense. He has absolutely locked down defense. He's averaging a combined 3 stocks per game, which is absolutely ridiculous. He is a very, very good defender, and he is capable of doing it all. Now, turnovers, he's averaging 2 turnovers a game. The league point guard average is 3.3. This is very, very good, guys. I mean, when you're running the point, his assist to turnover ratio is 5-2, which isn't particularly good, but he can also do so many other stuff. And now that he's added the 3-ball into his arsenal, he is borderline unstoppable. He's an offensive juggernaut who also has amazing defense. I think an NBA comparison of him would be a prime Andrew Wiggins, but a bit better than that. Not crazy to believe that he could very well develop into a top 10 two-way type star. Now, will he reach those heights? Only time will tell. But he's already 26-9 on a team with 0 spacing. He's shooting nearly 40% from 3, and he's probably going to make an all-defensive team, and this is all at 22 years of age. He gets a ton of hate from certain fan bases, sometimes including the Toronto Raptors, but honestly, he doesn't deserve it. He is such a great player, and since he's such a great player, the people might look at him and be like, oh, but there are so many other players like that. And yes, there are plenty of young players who are putting up 20 plus points per game, but very few of them are doing it while playmaking at a crazy level. I can think of maybe one off the top of my head, and that's the Warriors' Brandon Pajemski. Now, I might be tripping. Maybe you can throw in Jaime Jaquez, but no other young players really facilitate the ball as well as Scottie does. Sure, you can make an argument for LaMelo, but LaMelo hasn't been healthy in a very long time. And that is another good thing about Scottie, his consistency. This season, he's only missed 1 game, and last season, he only missed 2 games. The man quite literally does not get injured. He is as reliable as a star that you can get, and the Toronto Raptors have a very, very bright future because of him. Another massive thing about Scottie is that he is still growing, both muscle-wise and, of course, height. Height is pretty crazy because he's already 22, but in the past 2 years, he's grown an inch. If he grows another few inches and he puts on some muscle, this is very well a Giannis caliber player with a better shot. He could be a point guard that plays like Giannis. Honestly, guys, Scottie Barnes is the league's next star and the most underrated player. Peace.